Those without grace and beauty are powerless to win a heart. That means for you women, you don't just need beauty, you need grace to go with it. That's it. That's the first 10 seconds of this video. For those who got only 10-second brain power and heart power and willpower, you can leave now. Now, for those who can stay beyond this point, let's break it down a little bit further. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's see, for example, what is beauty? No, let's do grace first. What is grace? Grace is the inner fortitude to resist evil thoughts, evil desires, and evil emotions. You know what I'm saying? Evil thoughts, evil desires, and evil emotions. That means before you yell at whoever is around you, grace in you is going to calm you down. Before you make mistake and drop somebody's food that you were carrying as a waitress, or you as a nurse, before you come out, you make mistake and give somebody the wrong freaking dosage of drug or whatever, grace in you will correct you and say, hey, 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 you are doing something wrong. Grace in you is not something you can go and purchase. It's not something that is like, readily available that you can just go and say, oh yeah, let me pick this up at the store, let me pick this up at the mall or something. No. Grace is directly from God. That's literally what it means. Literally is the Holy Spirit. That small voice in you that always calm you down under pressure, that always guides you in the right direction, that always humbles your ego, makes you to know when to cast out your own demons, when to know when it is you versus when it is your ego and your pride and your narcissism speaking, or something evil, negative inside of you that is taking over. Before you go to the club, that voice that tells you that place is filled with evil. Before you get invited to some resort with bikini women and all that grace in you that tells you I need to be way more modest than that. Before you dress in that new trend clothes of scantily clad women, you use that grace, that is that thing in you that tells you maybe my body should be sacred for my husband, or maybe I shouldn't walk down the street in half scantily dressed skirt at 12 a.m. in the morning, and maybe I shouldn't be out partying with a bunch of girls, and I should be with my father. That voice that always guides you in the right direction and tells you family, husband, God. Children, husband, God is the hierarchy I should adhere to. I should not try to be the leader. I should not try to be the man in the household. The reason why it's called a husband is because the word house bundi is a Norse word that means master of the house. That means my husband should be way more respected than me when it comes to making decisions. I should give him way more authority. He doesn't have to take it from me. I should give it. You see what I'm saying? That voice in you that tells you I don't need to give my opinion every time. Every time I must be heard. Every time I must disagree. Every time I must argue. I want the biggest ring among all the women. All these nonsense. That voice that tells you stay away from these things. That's grace. I just summarize it into one, but really it's the Holy Spirit. You need to kill your ego in order for the Holy Spirit to take over. That's what we call exorcism, deliverance, casting out demons, freeing yourself from evil negativities. You can't be drinking alcohol and expect to have that. You can't be partying and half naked every time and expect the Holy Spirit to hang out with you. Jesus is not hanging out with naked women. Jesus is not hanging out with high people who are smoking weed. You high. Hey, no. Jesus is not. The Holy Spirit is not hanging out with those type of people. You are under the influence of demons, devils, divas, evil creatures. Those people who like the downward spiraling of humanity. Those are the ones you are hanging out with. You don't have grace. That's grace. Find out what beauty is.